morning. I'm Asha from the Department of Mechanical Engineering, Global Academy of Technology. Today, I will be discussing on the projection of hexagonal prism. A hexagonal prism, 25 mm sides of base and 50 mm axis length, rests on HP on one of its corners of the base, such that the two base edges containing the corner on which it rests make equal inclinations with HP. Draw the projections of the prism when the axis is inclined to HP at 40 degrees and appears to be inclined to VP at 45 degrees. So our solid is a hexagonal prism. The side is equal to 25 mm and the height of the prism is equal to 50 mm, is resting on HP on one of its corners of the base. And you need to draw the projection of the prism and the axis is inclined to HP at 40 degrees and appears to be inclined to VP at 45 degrees. So these are the given data in the problem. So solid figure is hexagonal prism and the side is equal to 25 mm. Height of the prism is equal to 50 mm and the first position it is resting on HP. Second position will be inclination with respect to HP and the third position will be inclination with respect to VP. Resting on corner and it appears to be inclined to VP. Appears to be inclined. Whenever the word appears comes in the problem, already beta angle is given. So before starting, it is always all the problems are in HP. So you have to follow the procedure. HP, inclination with respect to HP and inclination with respect to VP. Here, among three conditions, it is axis appears to be inclined to VP. That means the beta angle is already given. You need not have to find the beta angle. So whenever the beta angle is given, you should do like a normal problem. Transfer the dimension directly from the second position to the third position. So among edge resting and corner resting, my solid figure is hexagonal prism and it is resting on corner. So this is the condition of my problem. So this is the suitable one for my problem. Okay, so hexagonal prism, it is having the top hexagonal surface and the bottom hexagonal surface connected by the edges. We have the top surface A, B, C, D, E, F and the bottom surface A1, B1, C1, D1, E1 and F1. If you want to draw the front view, the observer will be standing in the front of the prism and it is resting on the corner. So A1 is the corner on which it is going to rest on HP. So when he is viewing from the front, he can see the edges A, A1, B, B1, C, C1, D, D1. Whereas E, E1 and F, F1 will be at the back and it will be hidden to the observer. Okay, so this is the actual representation of the front view. So whichever is written within the brackets, those will be hidden to the observer when he is viewing from the front. Okay, so when you want to write the top view, the viewer will be at the top, that is the observer. So he can see the top hexagonal surface, that is A, B, C, D, E and F. Bottom hexagonal surface, that is A1, B1, C1, D1, E1 and F1 will be hidden to the observer. So this is the actual representation of the top view. A, B, C, D, E, F is visible, whereas the bottom surface A1, B1, C1, D1, E1 and F1 will be hidden. So this is the representation of front and the top view of the hexagonal prism in the first position. First construct the hexagon, because when you are viewing from the top you are able to see the hexagon, that is the top surface of the hexagonal prism. A, B, C, D, E, F is visible to you, whereas A1, B1, C1, D1, E1, F1 will be hidden to you. So go for rectangle option in that polygon by center. In that you give the side as 6 because hexagonal will have 6 sides and the dimension is equal to 25. So it is resting on corner. So go for polygon by center, distance is 25. Okay, now you rotate this. You should not keep a copy. Okay, now you move it to the suitable position. Now you want to name it. When I am viewing from the top, I will be able to see A, B, C, D, E, F. That is the top surface of the hexagonal prism. So I name it, whereas the bottom surface is hidden to me. So it is A in bracket A1, B, B1, C, C1, D, D1, E1, F, F1. I want to represent the center. So go for projection line. So join any two corners of the hexagon, you will get the center. So when I am viewing from the top center is visible, whereas the bottom center is hidden to me. So it is O and O. So this completes the top view. So hexagon 25 mm side is resting on HP. So in the top view, I will be able to see the top surface of the hexagonal prism. Now I want to represent the front view. So project all the corners onto XY line. Now take visible line option. The height of the prism is 50. So M complete height is visible to me. So 50 mm. So use the projection line to project. Okay, represent visible line. Okay, even represent C1 dash. Okay, represent the axis line.
So I have represented the axis line. Now name it. I can see A1 dash and A dash. So A1 dash, always A1, B1, C1 is at the bottom surface. A dash. B1 is visible, whereas F1 is hidden. So it is B1 dash in bracket F1 dash, whereas at the top it is B dash and F dash. Here O1 dash is hidden as well as O dash. Again C1 will be visible to me. C1 dash in bracket E1 dash. Again at the top it is C dash in bracket A dash. Again D1 dash is visible. Again D dash is visible to me. So this completes the first position. In the next position, the axis of the prism is inclined to HP at 40 degree. So go for new option. Select the entire front view from the first position. Okay. You have to keep a copy. So it should be pale or orange in color. Move to a certain distance. Then go for rotate. Select the entire thing. Select the first position, second position. Give the position angle as 40 degree. Okay, now represent the angle. So it is 40 degree. So represent the axis line also. So from here it is 24.61. Axis. Now go for again line option, projection line. Now project. This is A1 dash. So this will be A1 dash. This is B1 dash in bracket F1 dash. Okay. So all other things are represented. Line option, projection line. A1 dash is here, A1 is here. The intersection will be A1. Then B1 dash B1 represent B1. Again C1 and C1 dash, D1 and D1 dash. Okay. Then E1 with E1 dash and F1 with. So similarly A with A dash, B with B dash, C with C dash. Remove the extra lines. D with D dash, E with E dash and F with F dash. Now name everything. So this is A, this is B, this is C, D, E and F. Again, this is A1, B1, C1, D1, E1, and F1. So for joining visible and hidden edges, go for line option, select the visible. First main thing, when you want to write it for the top view, viewer will be at the top. So first connect all the outer boundary points through visible line. So connect all the outer boundary points through visible line. Then if you see the front view, the base near to the observer will be A, B, C, D, E. So A, B, C, make that base as visible. Okay. Then after doing this, go for visible line. Okay, after doing this, A1 is the point which is not connected to anything. The line connecting from that will be hidden. So A1 will be connected to F1 and A1 will be connected to B1 and A1 will be connected to A. But D1 to D will be visible. So from D1 to D will be visible. So now represent O1 and go for projection line. O1 dash. This is O1. Again, this will be O. But you cannot represent because the first preference is for the visible line, then for the projection line, and then for the axis line. So this is my O1 and this is O. Next, it says that when the axis of the prism is inclined to HP at 40 degree and appears to be inclined to VP at 45 degree. It says that it appears to be inclined to VP at 45 degree. Whenever the problem says the axis appears to be inclined to VP, then already beta angle is given. So 45 degree is the beta angle itself. So go for line option, select the projection line. So draw a parallel line. I don't have sufficient space. So angle will be 90 plus 45 is minus 135. Okay, represent the angle. Angle is 45 degree. It says that axis of the prism is from O to O1. That should be on the 45 degree line. So go for move option. Select the position from the second. So click either on O or O1 and place it on the 45 degree inclination line. Okay, you have to keep a copy, select everything, then go for move. It has to keep a copy. Click either on O or O1 and place it exactly on the 45 degree inclination line. Then go for rotate command. Click on O and O1. Place it exactly. It should not keep a copy here. Then if it is overlapping, then you can move. Should not keep a copy. Okay, now everything is moved. Now go for line option, projection line. Now, line option, projection line. Go for A dash. So this is my point A. B, B dash. B and B dash. Point C with C dash. Point D with D dash. E with E dash and F with F dash. Whatever extra line is there, trim those lines. Next, similarly, project the bottom surface A1, A1 dash, okay, B1, B1 dash, B1 dash, C1, C1 with C1 dash, D1, D1 dash, E1, E1 dash, and F1 with F1 dash. Okay, now name everything. So A is here. This is A dash. B, this is B dash. C, C dash. This is D dash. E dash. F dash. So A, B, C, D, E, F. Again here A1 dash. This is B1 dash. This is C1 dash. D1 dash. E1 dash and F1 dash. Now connect all the outer boundary points through visible line. So go for line option, visible line. So from B dash to A dash, A dash to B1 dash, B1 dash to B1 dash to B dash, A1 dash, then F1 dash, again E1 dash, then to E dash, D dash, C dash, and Now the base near to the observer is A1, B1, C1, D1. So make that as visible. A1, B1, C1, and D1. Okay, D1 is visible, so make that as visible line. Then the F dash is the point which is not connected to anything. So line emerging from that E2, F dash, F2, A dash, and F2, F1 dash will be hidden. All other line will be visible. So C1 dash to C dash will be visible. B1 dash to B dash will be visible. Now represent O1 dash. So line O1, we extend this line. So this is O1 and point line, projection line. So this is O with O dash. So connect these through lines through axis line. So this is O and so represent the axis line. So this is O1 dash and O dash. So this completes the problem. Thank you.